Jude Devermond, Director, Africa Program at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, fellow panelists, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and greetings from Nairobi. Allow me, Chair, to commence my statement by expressing my sincere gratitude to the Center for Strategic and International Studies for according me this opportunity to share my thoughts at this forum that is discussing a critically important issue relating to space, titled Africa Space Race. Ladies and gentlemen, it is clear today that space is the next frontier of human development. This reality is a sea change from a point where, for a long time, space science was seen as a preserve of defense and intelligence sectors and institutions. The liberalization and democratization of space technology and its applicability across all human endeavor has spurred participation and a multiplication of efforts to optimize the use of outer space. The space is therefore growing into an area of immediate interest and concern for all. So strategic and important has space technology become that many countries, large and small, are growing a firmly focused attention on development of space science and technology. There is no doubt that human development across many sectors is being driven by science and technology that is linked to the space. The dependence on data and its systems to shape and deliver on services and goods across the world, to manage and secure people, nations, and commerce, to understand and mitigate the effects of climate change and environmental degradation, as well as our own social interaction, is becoming an indispensable part of our daily lives. The spin-off from space science in areas such as nanotechnology to digital communication is directly and positively impacting people's daily lives. And Africa is no exception to this development. The last 5 years have been definitive in this regard. The number of countries that have launched space programs has risen from about 5 to more than 10 countries, with fully fledged space programs. Currently, more than 20 countries in Africa are active in various activities relating to the space arena, ranging from space science and exploration, development of satellite systems, satellite operations, and research to launch technologies. In the last 5 years alone, we've been witness to a launch of more than 20 satellites by African states. At the continental level, African Union has developed a continental space strategy to guide its membership in strengthening Africa's use of outer space to bolster development in critical sectors such as agriculture, disaster management, remote sensing, climate forecast, banking and finance, defense and security. It is also envisaged that investment in this sector will make considerable contribution towards creating an environment for a wider spectrum of pressing priorities that include job creation, poverty reduction, sustainable resource management, and rural development. This, therefore, is viewed as one of the critical pillars that will contribute towards the AU vision of a united, prosperous continent and one that is at peace with itself. The continental strategy provides a governance structure to coordinate and manage continental-level space activities. In particular, it commits to establishing a continental space program that is able to promote programs and projects that foster intracontinental partnerships by strengthening the existing nodes of space and in situ capabilities, harmonizing and standardizing the suite of critical facilities and infrastructure, adopting appropriate data management, and sharing policies to promote data access, and sharing the space experience to bolster the capacity of member states that wish to pursue national space programs. Ladies and gentlemen, This framework provides a clear mechanism for engagement in the necessary technology transfer, access to technologies and data support for system development. As observed in the concept note for this meeting, depending on how this is structured, it has the potential for bolstering two-way trade and investment, to deepen national security ties, and to spur growth in a responsible manner in this public good sector. Fundamentally, a structured engagement would avoid the growing likelihood of an unhealthy competition in space, which can generate more risks rather than opportunities. For instance, it is critical that at this formative stage of the growth of the African space science, a set of protocols and commitments are mapped out to govern cooperation as well as conduct in space and space-related activities. We know today that a big vulnerability for the world lies in the cyberspace and the potential of its manipulation by negative forces, including transnational criminals, terrorists, or even unscrupulous commercial interests. The United States has an opportunity to meet Africa at this point of need. As we know, the development and appropriate use of space has the potential to spur the development of our continent. On the other hand, the U.S. technology in space science and innovation, as well as its technological and professional competencies, stand her in good stead to have a first-mover advantage in this sector. Evidence available indicates that investments and commercialization of the space gives us a good opportunity to fast-track development towards the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. So far, funding for these activities and initiatives has been a challenge for many African governments that rely on public funding to address competing interests for socioeconomic development. Commercial space systems in Africa have mainly been developed outside the continent, even though a few African governments own communication satellites. In addition, Earth observation data products mainly used in Africa are also being offered by entities from outside the continent. Therefore, harnessing the potential of the space industry by African states requires deliberate investment in both the upstream and downstream segments of the sector. Collaboration through foreign funding and public-private partnerships present an opportunity for the development of space systems and infrastructure. The private sector can also be supported to make such front investment. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is one of the several African countries that has embarked on the reinvigoration of its space program. Kenya has a rich history of launch activities, particularly between 1967 and 1988, due to a long-standing partnership with Italy. In 1962, the San Marco project was initiated by the Italian Space Commission, the National Council of Research, and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Today, the facility, now called Luigi Broglio Malindi Space Center, supports various missions in telemetry, tracking, and command services and satellite data acquisition. Lying squarely on the equator and adjacent to the Indian Ocean makes the Luigi station a perfect location for the launching and landing of spacecrafts. And a number of space agencies, including NASA and the European Space Agency, use this station for exploration. In an effort to secure the benefit of this facility, Kenya has undertaken a number of concrete steps to create the necessary infrastructure to support its space program. First, it has created a fully fledged space agency, has developed a space policy, and recently launched its Kenya Space Agency Strategic Plan for the years 2020-25. Areas of focus include Earth observation, navigation and positioning, satellite communications, space operations, and systems engineering, space science, and astronomy. These programs are targeted to benefit the various functions of the national government, the subnational governments, private sector, and the academia that rely on space science, technology, and applications. The Kenya Space Agency has commenced cooperation with a number of Kenyan public universities and sponsored a space weather chair in a bid to catalyze and promote research in space science and related applications. It is also partnering with the universities in the development of nanosatellites, undertaking research and building technology capacities at postgraduate levels through a number of annual scholarships from various partners. In an effort to grow interest in space-related sciences, the Kenya Space Agency has rolled out the Global Learning and Observation to Benefit the Environment GLOBE project. This is an outreach program that promotes and sustains interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects, which are foundational subjects for careers in space and technology. The objective here is to build a pool, a large pool that can support the scaling up of space-related competencies, activities, and programs. To promote its services in Earth observations, the Kenya Space Agency is developing a satellite imagery analysis portal to address the needs of the users. It hosts the African Regional Data Cube, a platform that monitors forest cover, land use, land change, including quality of water, water extent, and mining. This platform has transformed to become a strong tool for the reforestation program of the government of Kenya. Regionally, Kenya will continue to participate in continental and regional projects such as the Africa Resource and Environmental Management Satellite Constellation and the Square Kilometre Array in order to build capacity and harness opportunities for the space industry. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya, like the other space nations on the continent, has a young but promising space program that would benefit from strategic partnerships. We aspire to be a spacefaring nation by 2030, and this aspiration is geared towards the development of human capital and competencies, the development of strategic infrastructure and facilities to promote our abilities to maximize utilization of space, potential for wealth and employment creation, and 3, to enhance sector competitiveness for global and regional space opportunities and the development of coordination and promotion framework for research and innovation in space science, technology, and application. And we look forward to cooperating and partnering with all space community across the world. I thank you for your kind attention.